It is absurd to think that you can achieve equality among folk of unequal status in society by treating them equally. Can't. You'll just perpetuate the inequality. So we said, we tell the employer now, go out of your way to find minorities, qualified. Advertise in the black weekly newspapers. Recruit from the predominantly black segregated high schools that still exist in our cities. And seek people who are qualified. And if they're not sufficiently qualified, then set up job training programs, on-job training programs. And Johnson said, good idea. I told him it was something like veterans' preference. The veteran has been out of the mainstream for 2 or 3 years, and we've got to give him a push to get him back in that mainstream. Well, minorities have been out of the mainstream forever, so we've got to give them a real push to get them into the mainstream, a harder push. And Johnson nodded. That makes sense. It's a good idea. He says, I think it's a fine idea. But don't call it, what you call it? Compensatory what? That's terrible. You can get everybody mad at you. He said, I see you're no politician, Mr. Farmer. You got to call it something positive, affirmative. That's it, affirmative action. Lyndon Johnson named it. And he gave it an analogy. He said, the two runners about to run a foot race. They're at the starting line, raring to go. And Johnson got down on the floor, raring to go. And he said, and the starting gun's about to go off. Bang! It goes off. One guy's running. This was Lyndon Johnson running now. Running. He's halfway around the track. And you look down, the other guy's still there. He's still at the starting line. You say, what's the matter? Oh, I see. He has a ball and chain tied to his ankle. You say, wait a minute, I'll fix that. You got a hacksaw. And you cut the ball and chain off. Say, now, brother, you're free and equal. Run your race. Run, run, run. He said, that's no fair race. Americans believe in fairness. The other guy is more than halfway around the track. If you want a fair race, you got to find some way to get this man up even with the other man. And then you got a fair race. And so he says, that's affirmative action. Well, it became policy.